to recognize Citizenship of the Student of the Month, Citizenship Award, and the use of life skills like guidelines, positive behavior characteristics. We also are in full implementation of PlayWorks, and there in the middle of the picture you'll see our staff involved in some of the PlayWorks core games. We do that where we have our staff involved in these games so that they can in turn teach our students as well, and that implementation has taken off and is going very well. Very impressed with the work that our teachers and Mr. Marquez, our vice principal, is doing. They're doing an excellent job. We also have school spirit days as well, and that's throughout the month. Here you'll see some of the recognition assemblies of our students recognized with teachers standing behind them. We have sports like football, volleyball, and we have our students involved in basketball coming up as well. School Spirit Days. This was the breast cancer awareness month, so we had our students and our staff wearing the pink for that as well. Another one of our goals is a parent and community involvement, and so we've had an opportunity to have parent workshops, and we will continue to have parent workshops, and we're getting started with that. Mr. Ramos has an outstanding program that he brings to our school and provides our parents and our students with opportunities for having parent workshops and taking them on tours to the San Jose Tech Museum, which was highly attended as well. We're going to be developing parent passports as we also hire an outreach coordinator. That's in the works. And we will have someone directly working with our parents and to increase that parent involvement as well. Family nights, school site council, PTO. We have many opportunities for our parents to volunteer in and out of the classroom, and these are a few pictures of our parents volunteering on one of our fundraising events. We do provide reimbursement for fingerprinting and TB testing if needed as well, for that to increase parental involvement. Some more of our community involvement. We partner with Salinas Libraries, Harmony at Home, RIF, YOSAL. Migrant Education is also on our campus. It's awesome to have that resource, as well as the Family Resource Center. We have a Ballet Folklorico group that I believe is in existence for many, many years, and it's not the only one that I'm aware of. Outstanding group of dancers, student dancers of all grade levels. And we also have worked with and will continue to work with Royal King Academies, and also providing not only dance, visual performing arts, but also integration of technology as well.
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta?
Mr. Chayas, any questions the board may want to give you? I don't know if they haven't yet. Just hold a minute. Board members, colleagues, ideas? Okay, so I want to thank you very much. And I've been to Sherwood Schools all my life, even before I was a board member. I used to even work there. So I understand what challenges you have, at the same time, what kind of opportunity they have now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Que si le puedo hacer una pregunta, maestro.
Una pregunta al maestro.
Okay.
Estamos de acuerdo.
Maestro, estaba viendo que casi el 100% niños latinos. ¿Hay programa bilingüe?
No, no tenemos programa.
¿Por qué no ponen el programa bilingüe si es 100% niños latinos?
So I noticed that it's almost 100% Latino students, and I was wondering if there's a bilingual program, and the answer is no, so she's wondering why there isn't a bilingual program.
Lo que ellos hemos presentado a la comunidad, que si hay interés en formar programas bilingües, que eso tiene que venir con la comunidad, el apoyo de la comunidad y claro que el apoyo de los maestros para empezar a formar un programa.
Porque los niños están perdiendo su cultura, están perdiendo su tradición, están perdiendo ¿cómo se dice? Su origen, de dónde son. También yo cuando estuve ahí luché mucho para los uniformes, porque se ven más bien los niños con uniforme, y ahorita estaba viendo que ya casi la mayoría no trae uniforme.
De lo que yo he visto, sí tenemos uniforme, pero hay unos días que tenemos días de espíritu escolar y dejamos a los estudiantes que traigan su camiseta rosada o su universidad o deporte favorito.
Señor Chávez.
Hay unos días que...
Gracias, maestro.
Señor Chávez, señora Huerta.
So just to translate really quick, she was wondering that she worked very hard to have a uniform policy at the school, and she noticed that in the pictures that kids weren't in uniform. I'm assuming that that's where she's getting that. So what I mentioned is that we still have the uniform policy in place. However, on school spirit days, we do allow our students to wear like pink shirts or their favorite sports team or university. And so those are spirit days that we plan out to allow our students.
Understood. Thank you very much. Excellent job.
There was also a question about bilingual education and why we are not pursuing that. So I let her know that is open to our community and our staff to make those decisions.
Thank you. Thank you. Right now, we're going to thank everybody who's presented over the forward. Ms. Garza Nunez, excuse me. Nunez. Thank you very much. You're next. And you say there's no impact? A lot of impact, what you said.
No.
A lot of impact. All information.
Good evening, my name is Virginia Garza Nunez, and I am the PSA of Assessment and Student Information System. So good evening, President, Superintendent, board members, and audience. I'm here actually just to kind of give you an overall information about our benchmarks assessments for this year, and basically what are the differences. As it was said earlier, Common Core has been a hard transition into Common Core, and also there's a difficult transition into our assessment. So as you all know, our SBAC assessment is all online. It's for students in 3rd through 6th grade. And so that is the transition that we now have to start changing to in order to prepare our students to be able to actually be able to take that assessment online and have that same academic language. So the first page is really just an overall of our testing calendar. This is actually, you can find this on our website, or I should say OLERITE online learning environment. I'm still kind of AKA the website. So this basically is given to all the site admin and teachers, and it's available like it's on the website for parents to see basically an outlay of what our assessments are over the whole year. So it's broken down into, hopefully the middle one is the red. Okay. So it's basically, we have 3 trimesters, 3 benchmarks, and we also have some baseline in order to be able to give us some of our informative diagnostic information for our students. And in there, it kind of tells you exactly, it's color-coded by what are the different assessments, the dates, and so forth. Okay? And then to the next one, here we go. So the next one is kind of like a microscope, or I should say a spotlight of those different 3 trimesters. And once again, it's broken down here into the grades, and when the dates are, and then what we give for baseline, and then any special notes. So our work started this year in June with our benchmark committee, and that was a position that was posted and open for teachers to apply. They're a fabulous group to work with. It's been enjoyable for myself and Mrs. Sanders and actually Eva too. We've all been working together. We've all been learning together actually the Common Core, the standards. And so we started in June the 9th through 11th, so the week right after school ended, we had our first group of teachers, and we met for 3 days. And in the first phase, we actually just met with SEI teachers and EO. And then after that, we created the benchmark one, and then that also started our work with our matrices. Kind of like, I like to really use the word pacing guides, but it's just a matrix of when we're testing what. Then when we returned over the summer break, well, actually before school started, I met with the second phase for T1 with our AP and dual immersion teachers. That was August the 1st, the 5th, and the 6th. So it was really neat. The teachers got to dive into the Common Core and try to actually align our assessments with the Common Core, but also to be able to prepare our students for the SBAC. So through that work, let me go back a little bit more. The last year, we were actually doing, we did the field testing for this Smarter Balance, and I was able to go through to all the sites and kind of give an intro on what was expected of the Smarter Balance, what type of testing that was going to be. And everywhere I went, the teachers were like, but Virginia, we're not testing in that format. How are we going to prepare our students to be able to perform on the Smarter Balance assessment when our assessments are all pencil and paper? I said, you're absolutely correct. They said, we need some online testing. And I said, well, that's what we're going to work towards, because that's what all the school districts are actually doing in order to prepare our students. Because I do think it's unfair that we do not prepare our students, and the first time that they're taking online assessment is when they're actually taking the Smarter Balance. So through that work, we started looking at different types of items. And as you know, SBAC is pulling away from multiple choice. Not completely, but they've also have introduced what they're calling the non-traditional, which there could be more than one answer. Because as you know, Smarter Balance is actually more into the critical thinking, synthesizing, analytical, and so they're asking the questions in a different way. So yes, it does seem a lot harder. And so I'm just giving you this information because some of our items are a little different this year, okay? But once again, we're trying to transition into them. So the slide that I really want to focus on is on the last one, because what I did here was that you have what our assessments are, what is different from last year, okay, and then if there's any exceptions. So let's just start with the first one. The DRDP, so this is actually a new assessment, and Mary can actually, if there's any information that I'm actually not giving, this is a new assessment that was actually from the state for preschool and transitional kinders. So that is the test that is being given to our pre-K and TKs, also given to them 3 times a year. The next one is our BPST, and 3 in the BPST, which is for the Spanish. This is our phonics assessment. K1 has always been giving this. New would be for grades 2 and 3. Because as you all know, we've had many discussions about interventions and helping students at a younger age. So they were saying, well, we need to start assessing our students so that we can find the gaps with our students at, say, in 1st, 2nd, and not wait until they're in 4th and 5th to put them into these intervention classes. So that was the goal of actually starting off adding 2nd and 3rd grade. So the other thing that our benchmark committee did was that what assessments can we actually pull away from? Because we know it's overwhelming and we don't want to test twice or 3 times or have assessments overlap. So we wanted to focus on try to eliminate assessments that we did not need to do. So that was where one of the exceptions came in. So they said that the BPST will only be given to 3rd grade students that score below grade level on the ORF or FLOW. Now what those are our oral reading fluency tests. So if there are students that are scoring below on reading fluency in 3rd grade, then they will be given this BPST, which is your basic phonics, okay? The next one is the reading fluency, what I just said. The ORF is for in English, and the FLOW is fluidez del lenguaje oral, which is in Spanish. It's also new for 2nd through 3rd grade, or Well, it's actually the same. We actually, last year we gave it in, from first grade all the way through sixth grade. But the exception that we did was that only for fourth through sixth grade students scoring below grade level on star reading in August. So once again, we are trying to eliminate reading fluency if by looking at prior data on the star reading. Okay? So then we have our English language arts, and our S is for the Spanish language